Look at that. Fuck you.
Yeah, well.
Get me on camera doing it. Superhero.
John, what do you think of Marvel and DC owning the term superhero and supervillain?
Superhero. Let me write on my chest. Let me tattoo on my face and make profit off it.
Big corporation. Huge corporation, you know?
Silly.
Yeah, that's pretty.
I put it on the same lines of it's Harley Davidson copyrighting the sound of their motor.
Oh, they did that?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Silly.
That is crazy,
Stupid.
bro.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Selfish.
But what were you saying about? You were saying about underprivileged is kind of a weird term that does a disservice to the people who use it and to the people who it's applied to.
Do you believe that what I said was accurate?
I believe that. Because I have to turn it on me now. I believe that
Can we say closer? Kiss most of the try.
Oh, sorry about that. There you go.
See,
See, it's always a white man passing down orders, yo.
That's what we have, white man. That's why we have white men. Yep. You know why we have? You know why they call me a cracker? You know why they call me a cracker?
Why they call you a cracker? Because you crack your neck?
Not just my neck, the other part.
Oh! I don't know if the camera can hear, but that sounded disgusting. I don't know if the camera can hear that shit. That was crazy. It sounded like a. Oh my God.
Hey, that's why they call me cracker anyway.
But I mean, we could get both of us, but it's fine right now.
You know what people should call you?
What?
Graham cracker.
Graham cracker.
Makes sense.
Because I'm brown. But listen, here's I'm chocolate baby.
Okay, chocolate cracker.
Chocolate cracker. But listen, underprivileged. I do believe that the point you made about it being kind of
an insult.
Yeah, well, I don't agree with the one when he said that it's an insult. But in terms of pumping someone up, you do want someone you're sending out there into the workforce to believe in themselves. So you don't want them to keep in their head that I'm underprivileged, I'm this and that.
Right.
But they used the term underprivileged was invented. All words are invented. It was invented to categorize a class of people who don't enjoy typical advantages afforded to. These are not my beliefs or anything like that. I'm just explaining what it is, right? So it was invented to categorize people who are not afforded the typical advantages given to white people, normally, right? So I have, as a non-FBA, I've been the guy in the room where people don't know that I'm there because I'm very quiet. And I have witnessed African Americans coming in, handing in their applications. Once they leave, the secretary takes that application, dumps it in the garbage.
Shit. Right,
all the Lamont Jenkins and the Tony Jacksons and right in the trash. Right in the trash.
Now, can I say this? It's not to defend, but those are single. Are they? Is it an entity, a group, or is this some hateful asshole at the desk? Some people with the paperwork.
It was secretaries that did it, but a secretary is not going to do something, and it's not co-signed and sanctioned by the higher ups. It has to. The fish rots from the head down.
Was she doing it in front of the higher ups?
No.
Did she take commands from the higher ups?
No, she just. It was more than one person who did it. But what she did was, once the person filled it out, and she was very nice, and all a smile into your face. Soon as that person left, it was like,
all right,
throw your stuff out.
Over?
No, I didn't say it happened all over. Just I've been in many places
continue.
where that occurred, and that's what I'm saying. So when I say that there are some advantages that a particular group of people enjoy in a particular environment, that's what I mean. All right? And, we can argue about it. Well, there's no white privilege because do you believe there's a white privilege?
For some whites.
Well, which whites in particular, in your opinion?
The whites that have those privileges, I can't, I can't.
For example,
I knew plenty of people at different economic levels. Tried to be friends with everybody growing up.
Okay.
I knew. Well, we're just gonna go with like, because a lot of people when they think privileges, they're thinking number one, scratch that itch.
Yeah.
Let's be honest.
Yeah.
All right, and I knew rich people that had shit lives. I knew poor people that had great lives.
Had great lives. Okay.
I saw poor people with big toy piles, rich people with hardly
small-
any growing up.
Right.
Abused ones behind rich doors and non-abused ones elsewhere in poor neighborhoods.
What you're describing, John, is classism and the class struggle. We're talking about the racial stratification of society and race, especially seen through the white lens, right? How white people prioritize one another in society, right? So, for example, a white guy with a 4.0 GPA and a perfect working record, and a black guy with the same, they both show up to the job, but only one of them gets it, right? And nowadays, if the black guy gets it, they call it DEI, no matter what.
What's DEI?
DEI means diversity. John, you need to get out more. Diversity, equity, and inclusion.
I need to hide in the woods more. How about that? Because this is too much for me. This
Too
is
much,
why I
right?
backed off from media for quite some time. I just studied medical books, all right?
I think I misspoke. You get out a lot. You need to stay in more on a computer more, right?
More inside the box.
Yeah, more inside the box.
Oh, gee.
More, yeah, think more inside the box, right?
Well,
but here's the thing. Oh,
I wish I could see her again soon. That's Miss Yumi.
But here's the thing.
She's very diverse. Look at all the colors.
But you don't believe in white privilege, right?
I believe it's less now. Now, can I give? I'm not trying to
do you
justify.
believe your privilege? Do you believe your privilege?
Because of being white?
Yeah.
No, because I'm too crazy and people don't like me a lot of times.
Okay.
Any privilege I might have, I think I destroy on a regular basis. Because I don't give a fuck as much anymore.
Yeah, but I've seen people give you a lot of leeway and I don't know, people around that
You've
they
been
don't
tracking me? It's talking me too. Same difference, I guess.
No.
All right, cool.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, oh, no. Where are you with that sword? Where were you with that sword? Where's the sword? I know that was just post-apocalyptic, but anyway.
But yeah.
Listen. I think it's case-by-case based scenario more often these days than it was at one time.
Okay.
First off. Second off, I cite some history that people want to not acknowledge. The fact that Robert E. Lee was rescuing slaves and giving them and teaching them ways to get into society and releasing them. And there was others that, too, were probably a little bit quiet about it because they didn't want the slave
Nigga, if you don't get the fuck up out of here. Robert E. Lee was not freeing no motherfucking
yes,
slaves.
Yes, he was. And Abe Lincoln didn't do it until after the Emancipation Conversation, making it illegal.
Where did you
and he
hear
had slaves, too, at the time when he did the Emancipation. But this is all fact, as far as I know.
John, where'd you hear? Where'd you hear that?
Out the box, I did. I swear to you, it's true. That
you probably read that joint from PragerU, John. You know PragerU?
No.
PragerU. Oh.
What?
Prager University.
Gay sauce?
Some gay sauce.
No, Prego.
I thought you said some gay sauce.
Prego University?
No, not Prego. Prego.
Woman carrying Prego?
No, Pregos. No. No, but
Pregos, multiple.
Where did you listen, man? Where did you hear that Robert E. Lee was freeing slaves instead of doing?
People say.
People say who says it?
And it's on the internet, and in the history books. Let me look it up.
History books, nah, fam. Robert E. Lee. You know what I'm saying? Robert E. Lee. Matter of fact, when John Brown freed some slaves and tried to have a slave uprising, Robert E. Lee, to my knowledge, he had them captured and hanged. All right, so Robert E. Lee was not there like holding.
We're getting different things because we're different.
No,
they know who I am through this box.
Who knows who you
are?
Oh,
they're going to teach you the histories you want to hear, and then this is the thing I want to hear. I think they want.
Maybe I don't know, man.
Maybe.
I think you misheard. I think you misheard. There's no way.